Policy edition. So the important part for the whole mapping of users who can issue certificates are policies, policy templates define how your certificates are going to look, and the user when certifying a system or a person will need to enter the runtime values. So basically, you enter the policy editor. You can go through the settings of the name of that policy, add extensions, add attributes. At the top level, the extensions, at the bottom, the attributes. You basically need to click on them, drag them into the editor view to edit them. So here we know this one, that's the subject distinguished name format with an additional attributes. So create a few attribute types. We reuse here our country, organization, and so forth. On the right part, you see a database and the validator, which means that you can add your own data mapping callbacks as well as validation rules for each single field. Fields are either mandatory or not, visible or not, editable or not. Here, they are all mandatory. The first three are non-editable, which means they get fixed in the name and leave the common name open. Then decide what type of key we want to issue, a P12, pre-generated tokens, hardware tokens. Define a validity. We will leave it to 3 years, visible and editable for the registration officer. You may switch between the different modes, month or time. Save it, push it to the policy. Renewal rules are for the notification purposes editable for the registration officer. You can set different templates, and the certificates, the user will get automatically notified when the certificate expires in the delay. For the P12s or for other tokens, PKCS 11 tokens, you can set pin rules or perk rules or unseal rules and test the rule directly when you edit the policy. So you can enforce some pin policies. If you need some billing information, you can add a billing attribute so that you can take lists. Adding extensions, you basically just put them into editor, say if it's editable, visible, mandatory, and pre-fill with some of the values. Here we have the authority information access, and we can give it some values. If we add one too many, too many, we can select them, delete them, and define the general names. So we can put here URLs. We will make them non-editable, invisible to the registration officer. So we force basically this extension in the certificates when it gets created. The certificate distribution point is just the link then to the mapping of the CDP for the issuing CA. For the certificate policies, edits, the identifier, the CPS URI on the user notice. Make it non-visible, non-editable. Extended key usages, use one of the list or add your own specific key usage, extended key usage object identifier. This is editable, just needs to follow the OID rule. Make it invisible, non-editable. The key usage, do the same here. Add it a digital signature. Save it. And the last subject alternative name. Then let's let's make two. Let's make a RFC on the user principal name, or actually inverse them. We want the order set right, RFC, and then UPN, make the UPN non-mandatory, which means that the registration officer will have the ability to remove it when issuing. Now let's see what we have. We've created one sample policy, and we can also import existing ones we have exported from another PKI. So here we have a server certificate example in a P12 format. Rename it, give a description, click OK. It's imported. You can edit it directly in the policy editor. Look at what's in there. We have specific email text, which is set. We could edit it, remove it, save it, and have this policy then available for issuance. Here we have many general names. Because since it's a server certificate, we may want to give the opportunity to the user, to the registration officer, to select several subject alternative names. Here we have now our two policies. We can select one and export it. Keep a copy